Sir, you signed up. You have everything filming. I don't want to fuck up your name while you're filming.
It's okay. It's Alvaro.
Alvaro.
Yeah.
Let's make some real noise for Alvaro here at Riverside.
Don't worry about messing up my name. It's pronounced Alvaro, but I have been whitewashing that shit since I was born. I don't really have any expectations for people to. As long as I know you're addressing me, I think that's the most important thing. I thought I would lead off tonight by talking about this helicopter that I saw today.
Yeah.
I got up and it was 11 a.m. and I got out of my doorstep and I looked up in the sky and there was a helicopter and it was just doing circles for like an hour and a half. Which I just don't even know what they could possibly be doing. I mean, where was I going with that?
What part of town you're from?
I think the thing that's funny though is it's like I spent an hour and a half just looking at it. I mean, I just have way too much time. It's like I need to get a job. Like even even my retired neighbor Sheila was like, dude, that guy needs to get a job. Like he's got way too much time. I do need a job, but unemployment is interesting. I was kind of judging the helicopter a little bit because this is like, you're just kind of going in circles, wasting gas and time. Like what's going on here? And I had to kind of reality check myself a little bit, kind of humble myself. I was like, you just spent an hour and a half going through TikToks on the toilet. Like my legs were completely numb. Just need to not judge. But yeah, I kind of wonder, like, why would a helicopter be doing that in the first place? And the only logical conclusion that I came to was like, maybe it was like a driver's ed situation. Like the driving instructor was like, Timmy, all right, we're gonna teach you how to do a right turn. So you're gonna want to turn. Of course, it's Timmy, right? I mean, only a white kid would be getting those kinds of lessons. I mean, it's expensive. He's like, all right, Timmy, we're gonna take a right turn, and you're just gonna hold it until you know how to do the right turn. He's like, I don't know, man. People are gonna think I'm weird. I mean, I'm just going in circles around the sky. It's not gonna draw attention. He's like, don't worry about it, okay? No one has time to look up in the sky and just wonder what's going on. They're not even gonna notice. I mean, what kind of unemployed person would have an hour and a half to spare to just look up in the sky and know what's going on? I mean, what kind of comedian pet-sitting person would just sit on his doorstep with his shirt off at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday? That's how you know you have too much time on your hands. So you're like, it's Tuesday at 11 a.m. and I've got nothing going on. But no, I work hard. When I do things, I do work hard. Like today, I filed for unemployment. Well, I started. First, you have to decide you want to do something. That took 12 days. Yeah, I think that the dogs I'm with kind of judge me a little bit. Like, this guy's not really doing anything. I don't know what's going on. What a lazy person. Oh, I'll do my act outs in the mirror in front of him. Just all the weird faces that a comedian would do. Just, is the guy fucking serious right now? I can't do it anymore. It's been a month of this. I can't do this for 5 more months. Unemployment's interesting though. I feel bad a little bit, because the government is, I don't know if you've heard, but they're on the brink of defaulting on their debt. And I'm collecting unemployment, so it's just like, the government's failing, let me just add to the problem. Just make it worse. That's like, and the thing is I have some savings. It's like going to the grocery store right at the beginning of the pandemic and saying, you know what, I have enough toilet paper, but you can never have too much. You never know when brown lightning's gonna strike. Or if, like, I don't know, I had another example about it, but it was kind of fucked up. It had to do with an alcoholic friend or something. I'm still working it out. I think one of the big lessons of being unemployed is bad open mics hurt a lot more. Because I was at this open mic one time, and 30 seconds in, they cut the mic, and they cut me off, and they threw me off stage. I was like, so what's the deal with Hitler? And I thought, okay, let me hang back, like, because any other comedian, or most comedians, I don't want to assume, would, after a bomb like that, they would just go home and cry, which I have done on multiple occasions. But I was like, no, I'm gonna stick it through, I'm gonna hang back, which was a huge mistake. Because every time, just to be clear, this is an open mic for poets, musicians, and just people that are not trying to be funny. Anytime somebody said something that was funny, they referenced how unfunny my act was. Like, it was 80 degrees outside, this guy goes up, he's like, well, it's pretty cold today. Killed the entire room. And then he was like, wow, I guess anybody could do this. And everybody would just look at me, they're like, you need to do better than that. That Hitler joke was not it. That was a tough one, man. I went home and I was like listening to the recording. Oh man, dude, I was like on the ground, like just cringing. I mean, you think you don't like the sound of your own voice, but then you add the fact that you're making a cringy Hitler joke in a very up and scale liberal place where people don't like that. And then they just boo you and kick you off stage, and you're just like screaming in the kitchen. I actually went back to that place. I did okay. Not great, but I'm gonna go back one day with the Hitler joke. All right, you guys have been great. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah. They kicked ass once again. Now I don't want to fucking Alvaro, right? There we go. Let's make some noise.